Have you ever stopped and felt the weight of every financial choice you've ever made pressing down on your chest? The anxiety that creeps in when you check your bank account, the shame that hides behind every missed opportunity, that quiet gnawing feeling that you're somehow always falling short no matter how hard you try. You work, you save, you plan, but still, the relief never comes. You think knowledge alone should set you free, yet here you are, trapped by invisible chains you can't name. It isn't luck, it isn't timing, it isn't even the market. It's your mind, the patterns, the fears, the unseen rules. Your brain has been following since long before you even understood money. You've been told to budget, to invest, to cut back, to hustle harder, and maybe you've done all of that. Yet somehow, the satisfaction never lasts. There's a silent sabotage happening every time you hesitate to invest, every time you hide from a financial truth, every time you convince yourself that later is fine, later never comes. And the more you ignore it, the heavier it feels. It's not just money slipping through your fingers, it's freedom, it's confidence, it's the feeling of control you were promised but never truly experienced. This isn't a story about failure, it's about awareness, about finally seeing the hidden forces that have been quietly steering your financial life. The truth is uncomfortable, but it's also liberating. Once you understand the invisible patterns shaping your choices, once you recognize the subtle impulses and biases your mind leans on without permission, you gain something more powerful than a tip or a strategy. You gain the ability to steer your own course. You gain leverage over your own brain. You gain clarity. The cost of ignoring this is higher than you realize. Every hesitation, every emotional reaction, every small avoidance has a compound effect. Tiny, seemingly harmless decisions repeat themselves, echo through your finances, and silently accumulate into a life you didn't choose. The stress you feel isn't just in your head, it's embedded in your habits, your decisions, your future. You may feel like you're fighting against the world, but in reality, the real battle has always been inside. The stakes are higher than dollars and cents. They're your peace of mind, your confidence, your ability to live without fear shadowing every choice. Yet there is a way out, not a gimmick, not a quick fix, something deeper, something that rewires the way you think, feel, and act around money. This isn't about forcing yourself into discipline you can't sustain. It's about understanding the subtle forces at work inside your mind and turning them into allies instead of obstacles. Imagine having a mental blueprint that helps you spot fear before it stops you, recognize shame before it hides your progress, and use your natural instincts to build habits that compound into real freedom. Imagine no longer being at the mercy of impulses or regret. Imagine clarity and confidence guiding every decision. It starts with noticing, feeling, and naming what has been invisible. That tightness in your chest when bills arrive, that hesitation when an opportunity knocks. That tiny voice whispering that you're not enough, not ready, not capable. These are not failures, they're signals. Signals that, when understood, become the compass pointing you toward mastery. The mind isn't your enemy, but neither is it automatically your friend. It needs direction, awareness, and practice. And once you learn to guide it, once you harness it rather than fight it, the transformation begins. Every decision you've been making has led you to this moment, and this moment is different. Here, you're not chasing money. You're chasing clarity, not just skills or tactics, but a mindset so precise, so informed, so attuned to your own patterns that your choices become deliberate, confident, unstoppable. This is the reward for sticking with the process, the freedom to step into life without the constant shadow of doubt and regret, the tools to finally understand yourself in ways that change the trajectory of your finances, your habits, your life. It's time to stop hiding, stop reacting, stop letting invisible chains dictate the quality of your life. The mind can be fierce, irrational, self-sabotaging, but it can also be trained, guided, and transformed. And when you do, every dollar, every choice, every action aligns with intention. Every fear becomes a signal, every hesitation a checkpoint, and every decision an opportunity to build step by step toward the life you've always imagined, but never thought you could reach. The journey starts not with money, but with understanding yourself. And once that happens, everything else falls into place. Every hesitation you've felt, every small decision you've delayed has a ripple effect far larger than you imagine. It's not just money slipping through your fingers, it's opportunities, freedom, and the life you could have been living. The quiet weight in your chest when you check your accounts is a signal. It's telling you that something deeper needs attention. Your mind isn't neutral. It's wired to protect, to fear, to react, but it's not designed to help you thrive unless you take control. Every day you ignore it, it steers you without permission, shaping your habits, your choices, your future. Imagine for a moment that you could see those patterns clearly. Not in theory, not as advice you half remembered, but as raw, undeniable truths about how your brain works. Every impulse, every avoidance, every hesitation becomes visible. You'd see how shame whispers in the background whenever you consider investing. You'd notice how fear convinces you to stay small, to avoid risk, to accept mediocrity as safety. And when you see it, you can't unsee it. You realize how much time, energy, and potential has been quietly siphoned away, leaving you frustrated and exhausted. That awareness is not painful. It's liberating, because once you recognize the hidden forces, you can act not with brute force, not with blind discipline, but with precise, deliberate steps that use the very tendencies of your mind to your advantage. The shame that once held you back can become a signal, a guide pointing toward areas where growth is possible. Fear transforms into a checkpoint, not a wall. Every small action, every tiny adjustment compounds into momentum. And momentum is unstoppable once it begins to flow. Habits are the engine of transformation. Small, consistent choices, repeated day after day, are the silent architects of your financial reality. Saving $5 a day, tracking one habit, making one deliberate decision. Each seems minor in isolation, but together they build a fortress of progress. You don't need willpower to do it. You need structure, repetition, and awareness. Your brain will resist at first. It will plead, protest, seek comfort in the familiar. But the more you persist, the faster the resistance fades, confidence grows, clarity emerges. You begin to feel the freedom you've been craving. Every bias your mind carries, every shortcut it takes is no longer a trap. It's data. Loss aversion, overconfidence, mental accounting, the biases that have quietly dictated your decisions. They become tools once you understand them. You begin to predict your reactions before they happen. You pause, question, and redirect. You turn instinct into insight. The mind that once sabotaged you now serves you, aligning every choice with intention. Every dollar, every decision, every risk is guided by awareness. The stakes are higher than money. They are freedom, confidence, peace of mind. Each moment you delay is a moment your potential is squandered. Every small choice left unchecked compounds, quietly building a life that is less than what you are capable of achieving. But every deliberate, conscious choice, no matter how small, builds toward mastery. This is the power of awareness, habit, and understanding combined. It is relentless, unstoppable, and yours to claim. If you commit, you are capable of more than fear, allows you to believe you are stronger than the habits that have held you back. You are smarter than the impulses that have misled you. The difference between staying trapped and breaking free is not luck. It is deliberate action, insight, and courage. And every second you hesitate, the cost increases. The longer you wait, the more opportunities slip through your fingers, the more regret stacks quietly in the corners of your mind. This is the moment where clarity meets action, where awareness transforms into power, where hesitation ends and deliberate, unstoppable momentum begins. The path forward is not easy, but it is precise, it is actionable, it is measurable. Every insight you gain, every habit you build, every bias you understand becomes a step toward freedom, confidence, and control over your life. And the reward is immediate, palpable, and profound. You no longer wake up carrying the invisible weight of uncertainty. Decisions become deliberate, choices become confident, and each day carries a sense of purpose that has been missing. You are no longer at the mercy of hidden patterns, silent sabotage, or reactive thinking. You are mastering your mind, and in mastering your mind, you are mastering your money. Every action now compounds, every insight now multiplies, and the life you've been striving for begins to unfold with unstoppable momentum. Every insight you've gained so far is a key, unlocking doors you didn't even realize were locked. The mind that once deceived you now begins to reveal its patterns, its rules, its predictable tendencies. Every reaction you thought was instinctive is actually a roadmap, pointing to areas where change is possible. This is not theory, this is reality. The habits, fears, and impulses that have silently shaped your life can now be understood, anticipated, and transformed. You are no longer wandering blindly. You are becoming aware. You are becoming deliberate. The small choices that once seemed meaningless now take on new weight. A single moment of discipline compounds into weeks, months, years of progress. Every tiny habit, repeated consistently, becomes armor against the chaos of impulsive decisions. Every dollar spent intentionally, every risk calculated, every fear confronted, each builds a fortress of control around your life. The power isn't in luck. It isn't in timing. It's in structure, consistency, and clarity. Your brain, once your enemy, now becomes your ally. It signals, it informs, it guides, but only if you listen. Shame, fear, hesitation, they don't disappear, but they lose their power. They become data points, feedback, opportunities for refinement. Every time you notice them, every time you pause and redirect, you chip away at the unconscious patterns that have held you captive. The tension you feel is not weakness, it is potential. Every uncomfortable emotion is a doorway to understanding yourself and your relationship with money. Every impulse resisted, every insight applied is a step toward mastery. The stakes could not be higher. Every day that passes without awareness is a day lost to patterns that erode confidence, opportunities, and freedom. You are capable of reshaping those patterns. Your mind, when guided with precision, is a tool of extraordinary power. It can focus attention where it matters, automate habits that serve you, and create momentum that becomes unstoppable. The same brain that once led you to procrastination and fear now becomes the engine of your progress. Every action, every decision, every thought, when aligned with clarity, multiplies. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are learning the rules. And in learning the rules, you gain the power to bend them in your favor. The urgency grows because the longer you wait, the more the unseen costs accumulate. Every delay, every hesitation, every unconscious choice has already shaped a trajectory that is invisible but real. The invisible tax of poor mindset, of unexamined habits, of unconscious bias is immense. It drains not just your finances, but your confidence, your freedom, your ability to act decisively. Every moment you hesitate, the gap between who you are and who you could be widens. But every conscious choice narrows it. Every act of awareness brings you closer to the life you've been striving for. You can no longer afford to act as if knowledge alone is enough. Information without action is wasted energy. Insight without implementation is a missed opportunity. The time to apply what you understand, to turn awareness into habit, to transform hesitation into deliberate movement is now. Every small, precise step compounds. Every deliberate choice builds momentum. Every insight applied strengthens your control over your mind, your actions, and your life. Your potential is enormous, but it is fragile. Left unchecked, the mind reverts to default. Fear, avoidance, procrastination. Left guided, it becomes a relentless engine of progress. Every moment is a test. Will you act, or will you let patterns repeat? Will you stay small, or will you grow? Will you settle, or will you demand the clarity, confidence, and freedom that have been within reach all along? The difference between stagnation and mastery is measured in these tiny, deliberate moments. And when you commit, when you begin to act with awareness, when you align habits, mindset, and cognition, the transformation is unstoppable. Fear becomes fuel. Hesitation becomes a checkpoint. Every insight compounds into clarity. Every choice compounds into confidence. Every action compounds into freedom. The life you've been imagining, the control you've been craving, the mastery you've been seeking, it is no longer distant. It begins now in every thought you guide, every habit you reinforce, every impulse you redirect. The journey is relentless, the stakes are high, and the reward is total. You are in command, you are awake, you are unstoppable. Every insight you've claimed so far is only the beginning. Awareness without action is like holding a key and never turning it. The patterns that once ran your life in silence now lie exposed, waiting for you to decide whether they control you or serve you. Every hesitation you feel, every moment of doubt is not weakness, it's a signal. The mind is testing you, inviting you to step forward, to transform instinct into insight, fear into strategy, hesitation into relentless momentum. Every choice you make now compounds, and the gap between stagnation and freedom grows wider with each passing second. The truth is harsh. Time is the silent thief of potential. Every day that passes without deliberate action is a day spent reinforcing old patterns, deepening habits that limit your growth, and allowing the mind's default reactions to dictate your reality. Fear whispers that you're not ready. Shame reminds you of past mistakes. Impulses drag you toward comfort, but every recognition of these forces chips away at their control. Each conscious choice is a hammer strike against the chains that have held you. Momentum is born from repetition, from precision, from refusing to yield to the automatic programming that has dictated your life until now. Imagine the power in mastering the unseen forces inside your own mind. Every habit you reinforce, every bias you recognize, every impulse you redirect becomes leverage. The same mind that once sabotaged you now becomes your greatest asset. You begin to predict your reactions before they arise. You pause at the right moments. You take calculated steps while others stumble blindly. Decisions that once caused anxiety and stress now become deliberate, confident actions. Every micro-choice compounds into mastery, and mastery compounds into freedom. Shame, fear, and hesitation are no longer enemies. They are information. Each feeling, each impulse, each uncomfortable moment signals where change is possible, where growth is inevitable if you act. You cannot afford to ignore them. The stakes are your life, your freedom, your confidence, and the future you deserve. Every delay exacts a toll you cannot see, accumulating silently until regret becomes unavoidable. But awareness, when acted upon, is explosive. It transforms anxiety into clarity, hesitation into certainty, fear into deliberate, unstoppable forward motion. The brain resists at first. It clings to familiar patterns, whispers of safety, routines that once felt secure. But those routines have cost more than comfort. They have cost opportunity, growth, and the life you are capable of building. Persistence rewires the wiring. Every repeated conscious choice strengthens a new path, forging habits that serve instead of constrain. You are learning to command the mind rather than be commanded by it. Every act of deliberate focus compounds into unstoppable momentum. Every corrected bias multiplies clarity. Every habit aligned with intention amplifies freedom. The urgency cannot be overstated. Every moment left passive strengthens the old patterns. Every second spent in default mode is a second spent conceding power you could reclaim. You are capable of immense transformation, but capability alone is meaningless without action. Insight without execution is wasted potential. Knowledge without application is empty. The moment to act is now, and the path forward is deliberate, precise, and relentless. You are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are not doomed by past mistakes. You are a strategist, a builder, a mind in command of its own machinery. Every signal, every hesitation, every impulse is data to be analyzed and used. Every day becomes a step toward mastery. Every decision a brick in the foundation of freedom. Fear is no longer an obstacle, it is fuel. Hesitation is no longer a roadblock, it is a checkpoint. Every insight compounds, every choice amplifies, every habit strengthens the trajectory of your life. The reward is profound, confidence becomes natural, clarity becomes instinctive. Every financial decision, every personal choice, every risk is guided by intention and insight. You are no longer drifting, you are steering. The life that once felt distant and unattainable begins to take shape with precision, power, and momentum. You are awake. You are in control, you are unstoppable, and every deliberate, conscious step from this moment forward brings the life you've been striving for closer, until freedom is not an aspiration. It is reality. Every choice you make now carries weight far beyond what you can see. The habits, the reactions, the small decisions that once seemed inconsequential have shaped everything about your life up to this moment. And now, with awareness, you have the power to redirect that trajectory. The mind that once pulled you toward fear, procrastination, and hesitation can now be guided toward clarity, precision, and relentless forward motion. Every signal it gives, every impulse it sends becomes actionable intelligence. You no longer react blindly, you act deliberately. The stakes have never been higher. Every delay, every ignored insight, every unexamined bias compounds quietly, invisibly, until it manifests as lost opportunities, missed growth, and regret you can feel in the pit of your stomach. You have already felt it. The subtle drain of power and control slipping away. But this is the turning point. You can claim what has always been within reach. Mastery over your thoughts, your habits, and ultimately your life. The tension you feel now is not weakness. It is potential waiting to be harnessed. Habits are the bridge between insight and transformation. Tiny, consistent actions repeated day after day create momentum that is unstoppable once it takes hold. Saving a small amount, adjusting one thought, acting on one impulse. Each seems minor, but together they form a lattice of control over your life. The mind resists at first. It will protest, seek comfort in familiarity, whisper doubts that feel real. But resistance is temporary. Momentum is permanent. Every repeated, conscious choice rewires the brain, turning instinctive reaction into deliberate, powerful action. Fear is no longer an obstacle. It is a signal. Hesitation is no longer a limitation. It is a checkpoint. Every uncomfortable emotion, every flicker of doubt, every pang of shame is data, raw, invaluable information about where you need to act, where growth is possible, where mastery awaits. Ignoring these signals costs you more than you realize. Every day you fail to engage, the unseen tax of inaction accumulates. Opportunity, clarity, freedom, they are all deferred, slipping quietly away. But the moment you act, the moment you harness awareness, that loss becomes gain, that tension becomes energy, that fear becomes fuel. You are capable of more than your mind has ever allowed you to believe. The patterns that have held you back are not permanent. They are malleable, predictable, and conquerable. Every insight you apply, every habit you reinforce, every bias you recognize compounds into clarity. Every conscious action amplifies your control over yourself, over your decisions, over your life. The chain of small choices builds momentum, and momentum becomes unstoppable force. You are no longer a passenger in your own story. You are the architect. The urgency is real. Every second you wait, the patterns of the past continue to assert themselves. Every delay deepens the gap between who you are and who you could be. Every hesitation allows the mind's default programming to tighten its grip, to steal freedom, to undermine potential. But every step you take now, no matter how small, cracks that grip. Every action strengthens the path forward. Every insight applied multiplies your power. The trajectory of your life bends toward mastery if you refuse to relent. This is the power of deliberate focus, of relentless application, of understanding the mind and using it as a tool rather than a dictator. Each decision, each habit, each act of self-awareness compounds exponentially. Confidence grows, clarity sharpens, every action becomes aligned with intention. Fear is transformed into strategy, hesitation becomes precision, every insight reinforces the next, and momentum builds until your life is no longer a series of random outcomes, but a deliberate creation of freedom, mastery, and unstoppable forward motion. The reward is not abstract. It is tangible, palpable, immediate. You move with confidence, you act with clarity, you make decisions that build rather than deplete. The life that once felt out of reach begins to unfold in real time, shaped by your deliberate actions, reinforced by your habits, and guided by your awareness. The mind that once controlled you now serves you. You are awake, You are in command. You are unstoppable. Every step from here compounds, every decision multiplies, and every action draws you closer to the freedom, clarity, and mastery you have been seeking your entire life. Every step you take now ripples through every corner of your life. The clarity you've begun to claim is not abstract. It is real, tangible, and immediate. Every thought you guide, every habit you reinforce, every impulse you redirect compounds into momentum that cannot be stopped. The mind that once resisted, that once sabotaged, that once hid opportunity behind fear, now bends to your will. Every decision becomes intentional, every choice deliberate, every action aligned with purpose. You are no longer reacting, you are creating, shaping, commanding. The cost of inaction is higher than you feel. Every moment spent drifting strengthens old patterns, reinforces hesitation, and cements fear. Every second you ignore insight, delay action, or defer awareness adds another layer to the invisible walls that have held you back. They are subtle, silent, relentless. They take your confidence, your clarity, your freedom, and they compound, quietly shaping a life smaller than what you are capable of living. The stakes are immense and they are real, but the opportunity is just as immense. Awareness becomes leverage. Insight becomes momentum. Habits, once small and inconsequential, transform into engines of progress that drive everything forward. The smallest, most deliberate action repeated consistently outpaces sporadic effort and blind ambition. Discipline becomes effortless when it is guided by understanding. Fear becomes a compass, hesitation a checkpoint. Every emotional signal is a tool, every impulse a source of power, every moment of tension a springboard for growth. You're learning to wield yourself, and the consequences are enormous. Shame and doubt will still appear. They will try to reclaim territory, whispering that change is impossible, that you are not enough, that progress is fleeting. But each time they surface, you recognize them, name them, and redirect. They become signals, not shackles. Every recognition chips away at their authority. Every action taken despite their presence strengthens your control. Momentum builds invisibly, silently, until it is unstoppable. What once required effort now becomes natural. What once felt like fear becomes energy. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. The brain that once betrayed you now becomes an ally. Biases are no longer hidden saboteurs. They are patterns you can anticipate, predict, and use. Loss aversion, overconfidence, hesitation, avoidance, they all become information, guiding you towards smarter, faster, more powerful decisions. Every micro choice compounds exponentially. Every habit reinforced multiplies clarity and control. Every insight applied expands your influence over yourself, your circumstances, and your life. You are no longer at the mercy of instinct. You are the commander of your own mind. Every moment carries urgency because the longer you wait, the more invisible costs accumulate. Every day spent without deliberate focus strengthens old patterns, deepens fear, and cements limitation. Every delayed action diminishes potential and postpones the life you are capable of creating. But every conscious choice, no matter how small, fractures the old system, builds momentum, and drives exponential growth. Action is now the bridge between insight and mastery. Momentum is now the weapon of transformation. Clarity is now the reward of discipline. You are capable of extraordinary change. Every insight, every habit, every deliberate action is building something unstoppable. The trajectory of your life bends in the direction you choose when awareness is applied. Fear becomes fuel, hesitation becomes precision. Every emotional signal becomes a tool for mastery. Every choice compounds into freedom. Every step moves you closer to clarity, control, and unstoppable momentum. The life you imagined, the freedom you crave, the mastery you seek, it is no longer distant. It begins now in the deliberate, conscious actions you take. Every thought guided, every habit reinforced, every impulse redirected compounds into clarity, confidence, and unstoppable forward motion. The mind that once controlled you now serves you. You are awake, you are deliberate, you are unstoppable. Every decision, every step, every action from this moment forward draws you closer to the life you were always meant to lead. Every thought you guide, every habit you reinforce, every impulse you redirect is building more than momentum. It is building a life that no fear, hesitation, or doubt can derail. The mind that once whispered lies of limitation now speaks in clarity, insight, and deliberate strategy. Every signal it sends, every pattern it reveals becomes leverage. You are no longer reacting to the world. You are creating it, shaping it, commanding it. Every choice compounds, every action multiplies, every insight expands the boundaries of what is possible. The stakes are higher than ever. Every second of inaction strengthens old patterns, deepens fear, and cements limitation. Every hesitation feeds the mind's default programming, reinforcing the very constraints you are striving to escape. But every conscious, deliberate action fractures those constraints. Every habit you build compounds into unstoppable momentum. Every insight you apply multiplies clarity and power. You are not merely participating in life, you are mastering it. The small choices you make now are deceptively powerful. Saving a little, acting intentionally, redirecting impulses. They seem minor, but each one shapes the trajectory of your future. Momentum is forged in repetition. Habits are the engines of transformation. The mind resists at first, clinging to the familiar, seeking comfort, whispering doubts. But persistence rewires the brain, repetition reinforces mastery. Every deliberate action, every insight applied strengthens control and amplifies freedom. Fear is no longer an obstacle, it is information. Hesitation is no longer a limitation, it is a checkpoint. Shame becomes feedback. Every uncomfortable feeling, every pang of doubt, every internal resistance is a signal pointing toward growth. The more you notice it, the more you act despite it, the faster momentum builds. And momentum, once established, is unstoppable. Every step compounds, every action multiplies, every insight expands your influence over your own mind and your life. The mind that once betrayed you now becomes your most powerful tool. Biases are no longer hidden saboteurs. They are predictable patterns to leverage. Loss aversion, overconfidence, avoidance, procrastination, they all become data points guiding smarter, faster, more deliberate decisions. Every micro-choice compounds exponentially. Every habit reinforced multiplies clarity and confidence. Every insight applied strengthens control. You are no longer a passenger. You are the driver. You are the architect of every outcome, every decision, every moment of your life. Time is urgent. Every moment spent in default mode compounds loss. Every delay strengthens old habits and erodes opportunity. Every hesitation allows fear and doubt to claim ground. But every conscious choice, no matter how small, fractures that control. Every deliberate step compounds into freedom, mastery, and unstoppable momentum. Awareness without action is wasted potential, but action guided by insight becomes unstoppable force. You are capable of extraordinary transformation. Every insight applied, every habit reinforced, every impulse redirected builds something that cannot be undone. Momentum grows silently, invisibly, until it reaches a point where it cannot be stopped. Every choice compounds, every step reinforces the next, every moment of discipline strengthens the trajectory of your life. Fear becomes fuel, hesitation becomes precision, uncertainty becomes clarity. Every action aligns with intention, and every decision propels you forward. The reward is immediate, tangible, and profound. Confidence becomes instinctive. Clarity becomes automatic. Every financial choice, every personal decision, every risk is made with precision and purpose. The life that once felt out of reach begins to materialize, shaped by your awareness, your habits, your deliberate action. You are no longer guided by circumstance, instinct, or fear. You are guided by strategy, insight, and unstoppable momentum. The mind that once controlled you now serves you. You are awake. You are deliberate. You are unstoppable. Every decision, every step, every action brings you closer to the freedom, mastery, and clarity you have always sought. Every step you take now matters more than you realize. The clarity and momentum you've begun to build are fragile until they are reinforced by relentless action. Every thought guided, every habit strengthened, every impulse redirected compounds into progress that cannot be undone. The mind that once betrayed you now becomes a tool of precision. Every signal it sends, every pattern it reveals becomes actionable intelligence. You are no longer reacting, you are creating. You are no longer drifting, you are commanding. Every choice shapes the trajectory of your life. The cost of hesitation is invisible but immense. Every delay, every unexamined impulse, every decision left to default patterns reinforces limitation, fear, and stagnation. Opportunities slip quietly through your fingers, unclaimed and unnoticed, while the mind's default programming grows stronger. Every day you wait without action strengthens old patterns, deepens doubt, and cements hesitation. The stakes are enormous. Your freedom, your confidence, your control over your life, every second counts, and every action now has consequences that echo far beyond what you can see. Momentum grows through consistency. Tiny, deliberate actions repeated day after day create an unstoppable engine of change. A small savings habit, a tiny adjustment in mindset, a single intentional decision. Each compounds into something extraordinary. The mind resists at first. It clings to comfort, seeks familiarity, whispers doubts, but every act of persistence rewires it. Every habit reinforced builds power. Every insight applied multiplies momentum. The mind that once sabotaged you now becomes your greatest ally. Fear, hesitation, and shame transform into data, guidance, fuel. Every discomfort is an opportunity to act deliberately and build unstoppable force. Awareness alone is not enough. Insight without execution is wasted potential. Knowledge without application leaves you trapped in the same cycles. Every conscious decision, no matter how small, fractures old patterns, builds clarity, and drives progress. Every habit formed strengthens control. Every impulse redirected compounds into freedom. The life you have been imagining is no longer theoretical. It is being constructed in real time by your deliberate, conscious choices. You are no longer at the mercy of instinct, circumstance, or fear. You are the architect of your own mind and your own life. The urgency is relentless. Every moment spent passive, every insight ignored, every delay allows fear and hesitation to reclaim territory. The invisible cost grows silently, invisibly, until it manifests as regret, missed opportunities, and diminished potential. Every second matters. Every choice matters. Every action matters. But the opportunity is equally immense. Every deliberate act, every reinforced habit, every redirected impulse compounds into unstoppable momentum, clarity, and mastery. The longer you wait, the higher the cost. The sooner you act, the faster transformation unfolds. Your potential is extraordinary. The patterns that have held you back are predictable and conquerable. Every insight applied, every habit built, every impulse guided strengthens your control over yourself and your life. Momentum grows silently, invisibly, until it is impossible to stop. Every choice compounds, every step reinforces the next, every moment of discipline shapes the trajectory of your existence. Fear becomes fuel, hesitation becomes precision, doubt becomes information, insight becomes power. Every decision aligns with intention, and every step brings clarity, control, and unstoppable momentum. The mind that once ruled you now serves you. Biases that once sabotaged you become tools to anticipate, predict, and act with precision. Every choice compounds, every habit multiplies impact, every insight expands influence. You are awake, you are deliberate, you are unstoppable. Every action from this moment forward compounds into freedom, mastery, and clarity. Every decision brings you closer to the life you've always imagined. A life guided by awareness, sharpened by habits, and driven by unstoppable momentum. Every second you act builds a future no fear can take away. Every insight you've gained is a spark. Every habit reinforced is a building block. Every impulse redirected is momentum in motion. The mind that once held you hostage now bends to your direction. Every signal it sends, every bias it reveals becomes data you can use. You are no longer reacting blindly. You are commanding. You are shaping the trajectory of your life with precision. Every choice compounds, every action multiplies, every step draws you closer to mastery over yourself, your decisions, your freedom. The stakes have never been higher. Every second spent passive strengthens old patterns, reinforces fear, and deepens hesitation. Every moment of inaction compounds silently, invisibly, until it manifests as regret, lost opportunities, and diminished potential. You feel it, the weight of what could have been, the tension of untapped capability. That weight is not a burden, it is a signal. Every pang of discomfort, every flicker of doubt, every whisper of shame is information pointing to where action is required. Momentum is born the moment you respond. Habits are the engines of transformation. Tiny, deliberate actions repeated consistently become unstoppable. A small adjustment in thought, a single disciplined decision, a habit formed with awareness. Each seems minor alone, but together they build power that cannot be ignored. The mind resists, it clings to comfort, to familiarity, to old routines, it whispers doubts. But persistence rewires, repetition reinforces mastery. Every act of deliberate action compounds clarity, confidence, and control. The brain that once betrayed you now becomes your ally. Fear is no longer an enemy, it is fuel. Hesitation is no longer a limitation, it is a checkpoint. Every uncomfortable emotion, every impulse, every instinctive reaction is a tool. Every recognition of these forces chips away at their control. Every action taken despite their presence strengthens your trajectory. Momentum grows silently, invisibly, until it is unstoppable. Every step compounds, every habit multiplies, every insight strengthens influence over your mind, your choices, your life. You are no longer a passenger, you are the driver. Awareness without action is wasted potential. Insight without execution is empty. Knowledge without application leaves you trapped in old patterns. Every deliberate, conscious choice fractures limitation, builds momentum, and compounds power. Every habit reinforced strengthens control. Every impulse redirected compounds into freedom. The life you have been imagining, the clarity and confidence you crave, begins now. In every deliberate action you take, you are no longer subject to instinct or circumstance. You are the architect of your mind and your life. Time is urgent. Every moment spent drifting strengthens old patterns, deepens fear, and cements hesitation. Every delay compounds invisible costs that manifest as lost opportunity and diminished potential. But every step taken deliberately fractures the old system, builds momentum, and propels exponential growth. Insight applied becomes unstoppable force. Action taken becomes clarity, confidence, and freedom. Every conscious choice compounds, every deliberate act multiplies, every moment of discipline strengthens the trajectory of your life. You are capable of transformation beyond what you imagined. Every insight applied, every habit built, every impulse guided compounds into momentum that cannot be stopped. Every micro decision reinforces the next. Every deliberate action amplifies freedom, control, and mastery. Fear becomes fuel. Doubt becomes information. Hesitation becomes precision. Every insight compounds power. Every choice compounds clarity. Every step compounds unstoppable forward motion. The mind that once constrained you now serves you. Biases that once sabotaged you become tools to anticipate, predict, and act with precision. Every choice compounds. Every habit multiplies impact. Every insight expands influence. You are awake, you are deliberate, you are unstoppable. Every second, every decision, every step now compounds into mastery, clarity, and freedom. The life you have been striving for, the control you have been seeking, the confidence you have been craving, it begins now with every deliberate conscious action you take, every insight you've claimed, every habit reinforced, every impulse redirected is more than momentum. It is a transformation in motion. The mind that once sabotaged, whispered doubt, and hid opportunity now bends to your will. Every signal it sends becomes intelligence. Every pattern it reveals becomes leverage. You are no longer reacting blindly. You are commanding. You are shaping the trajectory of your life with precision. Every choice compounds. Every action multiplies. Every step draws you closer to mastery over yourself, your decisions, and your freedom. The stakes are immense. Every second spent passive, every delay, every ignored impulse reinforces old patterns, strengthens fear, and deepens hesitation. The invisible cost is real. Opportunities missed, potential unclaimed, confidence eroded. You feel the tension, the quiet weight of what could have been, the whisper of untapped capability. That tension is not a weakness. It is a signal. Every flicker of doubt, every pang of shame, every wave of discomfort is information pointing to where deliberate action is required. Momentum begins the moment you respond. Habits are the engine of transformation. Tiny, deliberate actions repeated consistently become unstoppable. A small adjustment in mindset, a single conscious choice, a habit formed with awareness. Each may feel minor alone, but together they create power that cannot be ignored. The mind resists. It clings to comfort, to familiarity, to routines that feel safe. It whispers doubts. Persistence rewires. Repetition reinforces mastery. Every deliberate act compounds clarity, confidence, and control. The brain that once betrayed you now becomes your most powerful ally. Fear, hesitation, and shame transform into signals, guidance, and fuel. Every discomfort is an opportunity to act deliberately, to build unstoppable momentum. Awareness alone is insufficient. Insight without execution is wasted potential. Knowledge without application leaves you trapped in the same cycles. Every conscious choice, no matter how small, fractures old limitations, builds momentum, and compounds power. Every habit reinforced strengthens control. Every impulse redirected compounds into freedom. The life you have been imagining, the clarity, the confidence, the mastery, begins now in every deliberate action you take. You are no longer subject to instinct, circumstance, or fear. You are the architect of your mind and your life. Time is urgent. Every moment spent drifting reinforces old patterns, deepens fear, and cements hesitation. Every delay compounds invisible costs that manifest as lost opportunity and diminished potential. But every deliberate step fractures the old system, builds momentum, and propels exponential growth. Insight applied becomes unstoppable force. Action taken becomes clarity, confidence, and freedom. Every conscious choice compounds. Every deliberate act multiplies. Every moment of discipline strengthens the trajectory of your life. You are capable of transformation beyond what you imagined. Every insight applied, every habit built, every impulse guided compounds into momentum that cannot be stopped. Every micro decision reinforces the next. Every deliberate action amplifies freedom, control, and mastery. Fear becomes fuel. Doubt becomes information. Hesitation becomes precision. Every insight compounds power. Every choice compounds clarity. Every step compounds unstoppable forward motion. The mind that once constrained you now serves you. Biases that once sabotaged you become tools to anticipate, predict, and act with precision. Every choice compounds, every habit multiplies impact. Every insight expands influence. You are awake, you are deliberate, you are unstoppable. Every second, every decision, every step now compounds into mastery, clarity, and freedom. The life you have been striving for, the control you have been seeking, the confidence you have been craving, it begins now with every deliberate, conscious action you take. Every step, every decision, every act builds a future no fear can take away.